All right, welcome. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do an example of using the definition of one-to-oneness in order to show whether or identify whether these are one-to-one functions. So in the definition, remember that if we have a one-to-one function, we can set the two functions equal to each other at two different points, or we can evaluate the function at two different points. Okay, so we could take a point A and a point B, and if we set f of A equal to f of B, we should be able to show that we get A equals B. And if we do, then it's a one-to-one function. If we can't, then it isn't. Okay, so let's do this, right? So we're going to use the definition, and we're going to set up the, we're just going to pick two arbitrary points, A and B, right? That's how a proof works. So we're going to show that any 2 points we choose, right? We don't want to use two specific points because that's just an example. So if we want to show that this is true for all points in the range and the domain, right? We want to do it generally. So I'm going to just say, okay, let f of A, so we're going to let f of A equals f of B. So that means that gives us what? That says, okay, that means that 2A minus 3 is equal to 2B minus 3, right? So all I'm doing is using the rule for f of A and f of B. So now I'm going to simplify this, right? So what happens? Well, now I'm going to add 3 to both sides, right? So we're going to add 3 to both sides. And what happens? The 3's drop out. And I end up with 2A equals 2B. Now if I divide both sides by 2, I end up with what? I end up with A equals B, and I'm done. So therefore, it is a one-to-one function. Okay? Let's do B. Okay, so again, I'm going to let, and if I want to do this better, I would say, okay, let A and B be in the range, or excuse me, the domain of F. Okay? And let f of A equal f of B. So now, with that being said, we're going to say, okay, that means that A squared plus 1 is equal to B squared plus 1, which then is equivalent to A squared is equal to B squared, right? Because all I did was subtract 1 from both sides. And then if I take the square root of both sides, I get A, right? If I take the square root, I have A is equal to plus or minus B. Oh, so now, see? Something went wrong. Because what I showed is that A is equal to B, but A is also equal to the opposite of B. Therefore, this fails. And so f of x is not one-to-one. And in fact, if you graph this, remember our discussions on transformations and the basic functions, right? We see that this is just a parabola that's shifted to the left 1 unit. And so if you visualize a parabola, we know that the parabola, the graph of a parabola, violates the horizontal line test, right? So that's it.